On the heels of one of the biggest college football games of the season, we are joined today by former Georgia running back, 2017 NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Todd Gurley. Todd, I appreciate you taking the time on behalf of Bush's Beans to join us today to talk a little bit of football.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All is well, and we'll see if all is well for your Georgia Bulldogs going on the road to face a
We will.
vaunted Texas team this weekend. Before we talk about that game, though, I want to ask you, big game in Austin like this one. What is one game that sticks out to you? If I were to ask, what's your most memorable college football game when you were with Georgia?
Memorable? I mean, for me, it would have to be my first game. It was against Buffalo. That's like memorable, but like if I had to say like the game that I was most excited for and like got up for and was like ready to play, like Florida and Jacksonville, like just like no other.
Yeah, any of the few that stick out? I imagine when you were the premier back, that's what sticks out to you. But was there going into that game, obviously big crowds on a neutral site? Was that just like all the feels walking out of the tunnel?
And for me, it's more when we're on the bus and we're going over the bridge and you just see like all the Georgia flags, and then like on the other side, you just see all the Gator. It's just like blue and orange, and then just a sea of red. But then at the game, it's just split down the middle. So I got a chance to go to it last year, and I was like, wow, this is. It's crazy just looking at it and, being a fan from a fan perspective, but as a player perspective, it's just like you hate these other schools for kind of no apparent reason at all, but it's just like the college tradition.
And so you're talking about big game playing Florida, obviously a rival. Game like this now, Texas, they haven't been challenged really. They have tough games, big games like Red River last week for Texas, but they haven't faced a team like Georgia. They haven't gone really to a team that can match their physicality on both sides of the ball. Georgia, meanwhile, obviously they played the Alabama game a few weeks back in a loss, but some real competition, some real high level
Yeah,
football
yeah.
there. Do you think there's going to be a bit of a learning curve for Texas to face a team at like that can match their talent pound for pound on both sides of the ball like it's going to be on Saturday?
Well, I think it's a challenge for both sides, right? Obviously, us, coming off a game against Mississippi State last week that, as fans and I'm sure as players and coaches that we felt like we should have just, wiped the board. But that's not how football works all the time, right? So I think for Texas, it will be an opportunity, hopefully for those guys, they will want to come out and, treat this like how they treated all the other competition. But as you get into the SEC play, the competition gets a little tough. So it's going to show a lot about those guys, whether they're up or whether they're down. Um, and it showed a lot about Georgia this season too. When we were down to Alabama and everybody pretty much was turning TVs off and thought it was over with, and next thing you know, we had a chance to still win the game. We didn't win the game, but it still showed a lot about the players not quitting because a lot of people would have just quit and just started worrying about the next game. But I think it's going to be tough. Hostile environment, night game in Austin. Those guys are going to be super excited and pumped. They've been hearing about the SEC this, SEC that, and for me, my freshman year at Georgia, I want to say my second game was against Missouri. That was the first year they came into the SEC, them and Texas A&M, and those guys they came to play. They came to play. We didn't beat them by too much, but they were ready. So they're definitely going to be looking at chops and trying to welcome us to the SEC, even though that we've been there for a minute. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you mentioned Georgia spotting Alabama 28 in the first half. Dogs took the lead with 2 minutes left. That just shows that you can never count this Georgia team out. So we talked about some of the big games in college football. You've played in a handful of some big games in the NFL. Looking back, what gets you more fired up? Big game atmosphere for college or big game atmosphere for NFL?
College, yeah.
It just
It
means
just,
more.
it just like I said, is it's you don't really hate teams too much. For me personally, I didn't really like hate, the Seahawks or the 49ers.
Mhm.
Most of the time you hate a team is because you losing to them like all the time, right? Like so, but for me, like I said, just the college experience, the tradition, like everything, having alumni coming back and talk to us about what this meant against us to play against the Georgia Techs, the Tennessees, the Floridas, the South Carolinas. So I don't know. I don't know. It depends though, because night
Mhm.
game, you go against the Cowboys. Everybody gets up for the Cowboys. They get excited for the Cowboys, especially if you going to Dallas as well. So I think it just depends on the season and how things goes and the time of the game too. If it's a Thursday night, a Sunday night, a Monday night. So, but college is like you just train to go like every week.
Yeah. And there's gonna be plenty of future pros, both sides of the ball, both Georgia and
Yes.
Texas. Anyone you got your eye on, you're thinking that maybe either an X factor for this game, or you think as you're looking to the pros, like, oh, this guy's gonna be a player that people have to keep their eye on. They're gonna be hearing not just on Saturdays, but on Sundays and beyond. Anyone you got your eye on, or that people listening and watching should keep their eye on?
Not anybody that sticks out like a sore thumb. Obviously, Malachi Starks is an incredible player for us. He's a two-time All-Pro safety for Georgia, so his name's always ring a bell. But I'm always go with that quarterback position. I like Carson Beck a lot. I think he's going to be the one to will us the victory.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm a big running back fan, but we got to get the run game going. So I know ET can do it. I know Frazier can do it. Robinson, those guys can do it. But I'm looking forward to watching Carson Beck, play for a long time, especially hopefully getting that chance in the NFL. And hopefully he doesn't even go. I mean, I want the guy to go as high as he want in the draft, but hopefully he goes to a great situation where it's like you can go second round and you can sit on the
Mhm.
bench for a year or two and be able to learn because you don't want to just get thrown into the fire in the NFL because you'll be you'll be out of a job before you even start the job. So it can get tough.
And so prediction time for the game. I need a final score and I need a winner.
I said I'm going 35, 35, 21. 35-21 dogs, obviously.
That goes without saying, but two
Obviously.
touchdowns on the road. Okay, talk about welcome to the SEC for Texas. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't check. I need to check the line. I need to check what the line.
Texas pretty moderate favorite there, Todd. But you think Georgia no problem there? We'll see. Maybe that experience at Alabama could get them off to a hotter start. Speaking of, we're talking about final score of the game. Before the game, though, I'm sure you're going to be tailgating, Todd. Tell us a little bit about your partnership with Bush's Beans and their new partnership with Mike's Hot Honey.
Yeah, obviously Bush's Beans are the official beans of the SEC. I'm thrilled to be partnering with them. A bean lover, and then I'm an avid griller. I love to grill, so I'll definitely be on the grill tomorrow and Sunday. Grilling up some Bush's beans. But they have a new flavor, a new hot honey grilling beans. They did the partnership with Mike's Hot Honey, so I like the bold flavor, sweet, spicy. Um, More of my style might not be other people's style, but like I said before they got other flavors, so that's the big thing about it, and it's super easy, especially for a tailgate, right? You just open up the beans, the flavor that you like, get them in there, cook, serve, tailgate, have some fun, pair it with some chicken, some steak, some beef, some lamb, some burgers, whatever it is, some brats, some hot dogs. So just being able to partner with Bush's Beans definitely means a lot. Like I said, the official beans of the SEC. And this partnership's been going great. It definitely pairs and match with me because like I said, I love the grill. I just love the grill, man. You got me thinking about some food right now.
Well,
Good
Todd,
thing the weather gonna be good tomorrow too, so I'm good.
yeah, big weekend coming up on the grill, on the gridiron. I appreciate it, Todd. Best of luck to your dogs this weekend. Hopefully, they could take down Texas and welcome them to the SEC.
Yes, I appreciate that. What's that bobblehead right there?
We got a Barry Bonds bobblehead back there.
My man, my man. And you see the game last night? Crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy game. I'm a Mets fan. I'm from New York, so I need my Mets to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. I got a Mets fan in the house too. I'm like, get out of here.
Don't
But
count us out, man. You can't team of destiny. You can't count the Mets.
nah, y'all. Just like y'all can't prepare game two. Like you never know.
We'll see what
So it's
happens
today,
tonight.
right? What's time the game today?
I'm on the East Coast, so it's 8 o'clock. I'm not sure where you're located, but 8 o'clock on
Okay,
the
yeah.
East
So it'll be five. So yeah, I'm be tuned in. And then did you see the Liberty game?
Coast. I
The
was actually
logo
at
shot?
I was at the Mets game last night,
Oh,
actually. So I watched them
okay.
get their teeth kicked in, and I saw on the subway home the Liberty highlights.
Bruh, that was crazy. But hopefully, man, if y'all get it done, we have had a Subway series, Yankees versus Mets.
I'd probably lose some
We'll find
friendships
out.
there, but that'd be fun.
All right, man. Appreciate you.